Charmed and Dangerous. Today I wanted to share a little bit different kind of video with you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about depotting some makeup products and from a specific palette. I'm really trying to get this lighting down. I have 3 lights glaring on me and I still, like, when I look at myself, I'm not this pale. I'm just not. It's really bothering me because I really like my eye look and everything today, and I'm like, and I love this lipstick, but it's not showing up. It's driving me nuts. I will get it together though. But today I wanted to do kind of like a depotting like video and like a DIY kind of make your own palette kind of video. So if you're interested in learning how to depot from a very difficult palette and you kind of want to learn a little bit of like a DIY inexpensive way to kind of make your own palette, now mind you, it might not be the prettiest fluffiest way, but I feel that for people who are a little bit on a budget like myself, this is a good alternative if you have something like this lying around, as opposed to spending $15 on a Z palette, which is the cheapest one that I could find, or $10 plus like $6 shipping, which is like the same thing, only $1 more. So if you're interested in learning some of my tips and tricks and how I got my cute little palette that I'm going to show you, stay tuned. Okay, so this is the palette. What does it look like to you? It's a wallet. I have this one, and then I have another wallet, and I will turn it for you guys. Let me just take the brushes out because I put the 2 little brushes from the palette I took these from out. So this is like a little wallet that I just had, like, that I was never using. And I also have another one, just in case I wanted to do this again. But I was trying to figure out a way, and let me show you. I have everything like stacked up in front of me here. So this is the Sephora Makeup Academy Palette. Now, I got this from a dear friend, my best friend, the one who actually moved to Louisiana. Her mom had got her this for Christmas last year. And I was over at her apartment, and we were getting ready to go out to dinner with our friend. We were, you know, doing our makeup and getting ready, and I brought my makeup with me. And this was before I was, like, really, really big into makeup and how to do makeup and really got big into it. But I wanted to look really nice to go out. We were in Kirkwood, which is, like, a fancier version of where I live. So I was like, I want to look really nice. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. And she was just like, well, my mom got me all this cool stuff for Christmas. Do you want to give it a whirl? And, like, I opened this bad boy, and I'm not going to open it for you now because it's all, like, it's not in here. But I opened it, and I was like, yep, if I can figure out how to put in crickets right there, then you should have heard them, because I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. And I just mentioned to her how great it was. And she just mentioned it to her mom. I was like, oh my God, Lene loved that palette, Mom, da-da-da-da. And they're longtime friends. I mean, I've known her since I was in 4th grade. I spent a lot of time with her family events, Sunday dinners. We were very close. And me and my best friend still are really close. We talk every day on Tango, even though that she's in Louisiana. She's literally like my lifeline. She mentioned to her mom that I loved it, and her mom, knowing that I don't really get to like splurge on myself a lot, or do a lot of things for myself with work and school and my son and my family, she went out and literally bought me one of these. And this was before my friend moved, and she came over and she's like, my mom got you a present. And the box said Sephora, and I was like, huh? She bought me one. I was her name is Joyce. She's fabulous and wonderful. This is what got me really started into wanting to like learn more about makeup. I was flabbergasted, but when I opened it, I was so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I use this thing like every day, probably for like weeks. The problem with this big, large, huge palette is that it's big and large and huge and massive. And when I was doing my makeup in my bathroom, it was fine because I had it sitting there. I can pop it open. I could pop open the sides because it has little drawers on the side, which I am going to show you guys. But when I decided, when I kind of got more of a makeup collection and was like, oh my God, this is what I love this. I want to do makeup. This is what I want to do. And I can think about going to school for it. That's a whole nother video. We'll talk about that later. But I, started purchasing some makeup from the drugstore and things, and I was getting quite a collection. I mean, not nearly a collection as like some people have because, I'm broke. You guys know. But I was building up quite a collection, and it was getting very like cluttered. And then when I moved in here and set up my vanity and set up my makeup station in my bedroom, this didn't make it in with me, and it's just too large. I didn't have anywhere for it, and it made me really sad because this was like my start. This was like this wonderful woman is what started me wanting to get into makeup because she bought me this. And it's such a great thing. It's just so, and I get it, it's like Makeup Academy. This is great if you're doing makeup on someone. You can just pop this open side out. You have all your stuff there. But for somebody who, you know, is just using it at home or using it on themselves or maybe using it on friends and family, it's not all that practical, Sephora. It's huge. And it's like, this is it without any of the stuff in it. I mean, look at all this extra. This is all extra. I mean, there was just no need. So I wanted to use it, but it just never made it in here, and I wasn't using it anymore, and it was making me sad because there's so many great colors of eyeshadows and lipsticks and blushes and all kinds of stuff in here that I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to depot this. Now, I looked on YouTube. That's where I go really for everything, and I looked up videos on depotting. And a lot of them were doing single eyeshadows or doing palettes that were already like flat. And I used the techniques that I found on YouTube, but it was a little bit crazy out of trying to figure out how to do this because the setup of it was so just not flat and just not normal. So basically what we had to do, let me show you the palette first maybe. And this is what I created from that. These are just the lipsticks here, and then you have your glosses, and then down here you have your eyeliners. I have not done the eyeshadows yet. I do want to get, I am thinking, a Z palette for the eyeshadows because the other wallet that I have when I measured, it's like the same size. Only 55 shadows are going to fit in there, and there's 75 or 72 or something shadows. So I might want to get a Z palette for that just so I can move them around. But I wanted, you know, I got a wild hair, and I was like, I want to do it now. And I think this is a great alternative for some of you that may not have $15 to go run and spend on, you know, a Z palette or something like that. So let me just tell you kind of how we did this. So this bad boy opened up, and it like clamps back there. You have your mirror. Oh yeah, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't. How do I get it off now? I can never figure out. There it goes. You had your eyeshadows here, which is this tier right here. These are all the eyeshadows that I'm going to depot. I just haven't got there yet. And that was just in here. We just popped that out of the top. And then you had your two side drawers that came out of the sides. These were in here, and they came out, and it's set up like this. And then you had one on the other side, and you had your eyeshadows in the middle. So we pulled these out, then we popped this out, and then this was just like, we don't need this anymore. And it was a little bit of work, I'm not going to lie to you, because when you did the lipsticks especially, the eyeliners were a little bit easier. But the method that I used was basically I took a lighter, and I'm probably going to show you this one because I took a lighter, and if you can see, oh my god, it looks so terrible. You just take a lighter, and you like heat the bottom. And this was the part that was like, it was really tough, especially the lipsticks. The lipsticks were really, really rough because they melted like in their little pot, and you had to be like really careful to get them out. I think like 2 of them got messed up, but it wasn't a big deal. Like this one right here, and then there was another one that was a larger size that was down here that got messed up that I did not put in the palette because I was like, you know, whatever. But you just take a lighter and you heat up the bottom, and then we took the handle end of a butter knife and just kind of pushed that up in there, and that helped because when you get to this tall space here, you know, you have a hard enough time getting the lighter in there. At how, you know, I mean, you can't push on it with the lighter because you got to get your hand all the way in there. So the butter knife really, really helped. And basically that's what we did. And then we just took the actual knife part and kind of just scooted it underneath as it was coming up. And if you can see, they're like bubbled up. So when we pushed them up, this is a good example here, this one right here. You know, when we pushed it up with the butter knife, you got this kind of like little dome, and it was just sitting on that dome. So you waited a second for it to kind of cool down, and then you just kind of got your knife under there, wiggled it around, wiggled the glue off, and then we just set it like on an envelope just to, you know, kind of harden back up again. And we did the same thing with the eyeliners. The eyeliners were in here. I did not depot all of these blushes simply because one thing I did not like about the blushes in this palette to begin with is they're so small. You know, you can get an eyeshadow brush and the eyeshadows, you can get a liner brush and the eyeliners, you can get your finger or lip brush and the lip products. But I mean, the brush that I use, it's a little bit smaller now. I've changed brushes, but still, you get all these color mixtures and da-da-da-da, and I just decided I just have so many blushes that I didn't really need. I'm going to save this, but I didn't really need to put it in my palette. But I did do like one practice for my eyeshadows because there was a powder blush in there, and I just wanted to see how that was going to work. But we did the same thing on this side, if you can see. Pushed everything up, and then we just kind of wiggled that butter knife underneath there and got it all off. And when we were doing this, we started doing it, and I was like, where am I going to put all that? Like, I didn't really think this through. I had been looking on eBay. I had been looking on, you know, there's Facebook buy, sell, trade pages in my area. I've been looking on Craigslist. I had looked everywhere trying to find a Z palette, or at least an empty palette of some kind of form. And either they always have the little like pre-made holes where you can put like a MAC eyeshadow in there, or they're just, I just don't want to pay $15. I just didn't have it. I didn't have it, but I wanted to do this, and I had been thinking about it for like a month, and I wanted to do it. So I looked in my closet and I found a wallet. So like I said, I mean, when you open it up, it's not going to be like the prettiest, most amazing palette that you've ever seen that you went and bought from Sephora. Like, but this is a perfect way for someone to depot or to put their shadows in a palette form if they want to depot singles, if they don't have money to spend on a Z palette. Literally all you need is the shadows that you already have, an extra wallet, and you can get these on sale at the store if you do not have one. I use the one that has the clasp like this, so it opens like a palette. And you need some glue. You can use super glue, you can use hot glue. We used some kind of RC glue. It's some like glue, it's like blue. I don't really know exactly what it is. It's like some super strong hold glue, but you get 10 minutes to work with it before it like starts to set, which is why I wanted to use that. So in case things got moved around, I can push them, I could change them and do what I wanted with them before it really set, as opposed to hot glue or super glue, you're kind of stuck with it. But whatever kind of glue you have around that's going to hold, you know, you might already have it in your house, you know. So I really wanted to show you guys this because I think it's a really great and expensive way to kind of make your own palette if you have a bulky eyeshadow kit, or if you have a whole bunch of singles that are in a drawer. Like right now I have a whole bunch of singles in a drawer. I might take those out and put them in one of these, you know, because I never use any of those. I always use the palettes that I have right here because they're versatile and convenient, and they're here, and I don't have to go dig in a drawer and figure out what colors I have in there available, you know, unless I'm looking for something specific. So I just thought this was a great way to share with you guys. Now this is just one of those clampy wallets, the ones with the clasp. On one side it had your little card holder, on the other side, you know, it had a little money holder. We just took an X-Acto knife and we just cut really, really carefully. We cut it out first and then kind of went around and just kind of cleaned up the edges there. You can see it doesn't look too bad. And then we just took a lighter and then just kind of went around it just to get rid of any like frayed kind of edges. And then I just did it like this, where I just kind of tried to do it in some kind of color order. I mixed shimmers and mattes, and I wasn't really worried about it. This is an eye primer right here. These are the lip glosses. And then these are all of the eyeliners. So again, is it going to be something that, you know, if you're a makeup artist that you want to go whip out in front of your clients? Maybe not, because it's not the most professional thing. But for somebody who wants to do makeup at home, for someone who's doing their own makeup, for someone who has an overabundance of stuff in a big clunky kit and they're never going to use it, I just thought this is really great, and it's a really inexpensive way to do it. You can use something that you already have at home. Or, you know, if you find a sale on a wallet like this for like $3, pick it up, you know. I just thought it was a good thing to share with you guys. And I also wanted to share the depotting of the Makeup Academy kit, because when I looked, I was like, I don't know how in the heck I'm going to depot this. Like, no video helped me at all. So if you guys want a video, I have not done this yet. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it in a wallet form simply because they won't all fit, or if I want to wait and get a Z palette, or, you know, whatever. But if you guys want me, I'm going to save this for a while. If you want me to do a video showing you how I depot these, because they have that same back, it's going to be a little bit easier, but they do have that same back. I can do like a short video where I just depot like a couple, just to show you guys how we really did it, if you're interested in that. So let me know in the comments down below if you do want to see something like that. I just kind of wanted to share it with you because I was really excited about it, and I just thought it was really cute. I don't know. It was really cute, and it's a great, I just think it's a great DIY. You know what I mean? It's a really great DIY, and now I have this here, and I can use this. Like, I can go in there and use these eyeliners and use these lip products, and I don't have this huge, like, bulky, massive thing that I have to worry about. So that's really the video. It wasn't like a step-by-step or anything, but I really just wanted to share it with you guys. I thought it was a great thing to share, especially for people on a budget, or people who don't want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on a Z palette, and especially for anyone who has this like makeup kit and they're like, this is too much. You can get in there and you can depot these things. You have to be very careful, like don't burn yourself or anything, but you can get in there and you can depot them. Just be careful when you're taking them off, especially with the eyeliners. With the lipstick, is lipsticks mostly, eyeliners as well. Some of them did get a little melty on me. Like this one up here, I didn't take the eye primer out because it was like lava, and I was like, I got like 4 eye primers, I'm fine. But just be careful when you do it, because you see we got some goopy going on there. It's work. It takes a while. It took like all nights. And it's a process, but I feel much better that I don't have to deal with all of that big clunkiness. And now I just have my little thing that I can pull from, that I can sit right here on my vanity, and I know what's in here. I know that I can just go in there and pull from it, and I'm not wasting this beautiful kit that my best friend's mom bought me because I was feeling so bad I wasn't using it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in some way, shape, or form. I just really wanted to share it with you guys. I thought it would be really fun to share it. If you guys have any questions about the depotting, about the wallet, about anything in general, this video, other videos, life, I don't know, the weather, it's cold, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a little bit of depotting for these eyeshadows for you guys and actually show you how we did it. So let me know that as well. If you are not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you on here. I would love to know that you're enjoying my videos. If you are subscribed, thank you very much. You are wonderful and fabulous, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I've gained a couple in the past week or two, and I'm really excited about it. Like, some people get excited about like 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, oh my God, 5. Like, I do. I get really excited every time I look, and I'm like, up 1. I'm like, oh, yay. It makes me really happy. So thank you guys who are subscribed. Thank you guys who aren't subscribed and just watch my videos anyway, but you should subscribe because you don't want to miss anything. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye.